You've been lied to about freedom. I know I was. I thought I lived in the freest country in the world, the US, until I moved to China. What I found here shattered everything I believed about what freedom really is. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. At the end of this video, you'll be questioning everything you thought you knew about freedom. And maybe even a little more. Before I moved to China, I thought I knew what freedom meant. But after living here in China for 14 years, my perspective completely changed. And no, it's not what you might expect. Let me explain. The Western media paints China as a restrictive, controlled society. But what if I told you that living here actually showed me a different kind of freedom? One that's just not about individualism. It's about safety, opportunity, and community. In the West, especially the USA, we're taught that freedom means doing whatever you want. No rules, total individualism. But what if I told you that's not freedom? It's total chaos. First, let's talk about safety. In many Western cities, you might think twice about walking alone at night. But in China, there's no issues. Even though it's not nighttime now, over my left shoulder is a camera. And that camera is here for your safety. I've never felt safer. And that's because I'm in China. And that's the truth. Check out this tunnel. This isn't Los Angeles because you know what you would see in LA. Just clean, no homeless, no unfortunate people living in tents. Chaos versus no chaos. How about this? Came across another tunnel. Other than leaves on the ground, completely clean. No signs of homeless, like in the underpasses or tunnels of Los Angeles. Again, you're seeing it with your own eyes. I don't make this stuff up. Seeing is believing. Crime rates are incredibly low, thanks to strict laws and a strong sense of social order. Some argue that this comes from surveillance. But honestly, I'd rather have cameras keeping crime away than freedom that leaves me looking over my shoulder. In the US, many parents do not let their kids walk to school alone. I know I wouldn't. In China, I let my kids walk alone to the park at night. No panic, no fear. That's what freedom feels like to me. Freedom of fear. I've seen kids playing outside at 10 p.m. at night or later. Women walking everywhere alone at night. Zero fear of theft anywhere. Again, That's freedom. When I lived in the US, in particular Los Angeles and New York, I locked my door during the daytime. But in China, the door is unlocked. Not only unlocked, usually wide open. And if I ever had to ride public transportation, I was constantly on alert. But not in China. That's real freedom. Freedom from constant worry. Inside a metro here, just let me show you how clean it is, how safe. No panhandlers, no homeless, no people hustling. It's just safe. And just look how freely the people are just strolling about their business, going on their merry way with no worries at all. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Not worrying about crime, not worrying about theft, not worrying about these things makes a big difference in your daily life. That is the truth. No one's panhandling here. No one's strung out on drugs. No needles on the ground from drug addicts in children's playgrounds, parks, or streets. That level of public safety is the kind of freedom the West doesn't talk about or have. Here in China, freedom isn't about fighting the system. It's about living your life without constantly looking over your shoulder. Just a quick comment. I know I've talked about prices in China that are simply amazing. Just look over my shoulder at some of these prices. If you want to get some dumplings here, it's just amazing. There's great economic freedom in China. If you have an idea, you can make it happen and happen fast. No endless permits, no red tape strangling small businesses. Open a business in China, do it in weeks. Try doing that in the West. I've met street vendors making more money than office workers back home in the US. No degree, no problem. Work hard and you will succeed. Freedom is just when your life works. Like the great people here. You don't waste hours stuck in traffic or fighting red tape. You're free to live, not just worrying about survival. In the West, we confuse loudness with liberty. But ask yourself this: is a homeless veteran free? Is a single mom working 3 jobs free? Or are they just drowning in a broken system? In the West, freedom often means doing whatever you want, even if it harms others. But in China, freedom is balanced with responsibility. Real freedom isn't ignoring others. It's trusting your society to protect you and respecting your leaders. People ask me, but what about censorship? What about the Great Firewall? Honestly, Chinese social media is way more entertaining than Twitter. Excuse me, today better known as X. WeChat and RedNote will become your best friend in China. They're the best. Chinese social media is less toxic. It has more creativity. And yeah, it has rules, but all countries have rules. People here in China talk politics, just not in ways that destabilize society. And honestly, after seeing the chaos of free speech back home, this isn't right, not anymore! Maybe a little harmony isn't so bad. Again, like I've been saying in all my previous videos, build, build, build. It's a holiday in China, so they have the day off. But another skyscraper in progress. In China, there's a sense of dignity in daily life. People walk outside freely and safely. And our kids are safe. Society is organized, and that gives you something we don't often talk about, a peace of mind. I came to China thinking I was moving to a place with less freedom, but I found the opposite. I found a freedom from fear, a freedom to live well, a freedom rooted in order. We need to stop treating freedom as a buzzword and start asking, what does it actually mean to live free? Maybe, just maybe, the West could learn something from the East, meaning China. This isn't about East versus West. It's about waking up, about questioning the narratives we were fed, and realizing that freedom might not look the way we were taught. Living in China taught me that freedom is just not about doing whatever you want. It's about safety, opportunity, and a society that works together. So before you judge, ask yourself this: what does real freedom mean to you? For me, that's an easy question to answer. True freedom is peace, harmony, and fearlessness, where streets are safe and every citizen walks without fear. Children dream boldly and communities thrive united. It's a society free from crime, drugs, and war, built on law, respect, and shared prosperity. This is the power of unity. Safety as our right, harmony as our duty, progress as our collective triumph. Just out for a stroll, so safe. Everybody's out, feeling safe, walking alone, no fear. Fearlessness in China. This is what it's about. Again, I don't make this stuff up, and I am not exaggerating. I'm gonna say it again, believe me or not. I have not even seen a petty crime, and I'm not living under a rock, and I've mentioned that before. I know I get a lot of comments, and people comment back saying there's no way China is perfect. You know what? I'm gonna agree with you, and let me tell you why they're not perfect, okay? And I'm gonna say something negative now. I wish they would do a better job at separating the pedestrians who walk on the sidewalk versus the mopeds, these electric bikes, electric scooters, whatever you want to call them. That's about all I could come up with tonight. So, if anybody has any pull with the local government, my only request in Shenzhen is a little separation between the people walking on the sidewalks and the mopeds. That's it. That's all I could come up with. Sorry. Well, hey, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. I truly appreciate it. And do me a favor, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if this video made you think, please comment below. I really want to read your comments on this one. So, stay tuned for more videos about the truth, the real truth. This is Chris, signing off from China. Be good, be safe, and I'll see you in the next one.